It's a Monday morning. We welcome you back to your Feel Good Breakfast show. Thanks for joining us at the start of a brand new week. Of course, that music means that it's time to delve into the world of technology with the latest news. And of course, I think many of us that travel by car or by any form of transport, by the way, uses Google Maps to see our travel times and any traffic that might be ahead. But now the app is capable of letting you know just how crowded your commute might be on public transport. And our friend in tech, Bryan Smith, joins us this morning to explore how this is even possible on a very special day. He does so because it's his birthday!
Thank you.
Happy birthday, Bryan Smith! Yes, we ordered a whole dancing parade and party for you. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you. That's amazing.
I feel like we should just have Tapiza do that the whole day.
Thank you very much.
He's like that crowd of waiters at your favorite restaurant when it's your birthday. You like say birthday, and then they just start singing. Happy birthday, dude.
Thank you very much. Much appreciated. I really appreciate that.
Thanks for sharing your time with us on this special day. But let's get into this topic. So Google Maps can now tell you that, oh, hey, your commute or your bus trip is going to be quite crowded. How are they able to do this? How does this feature work?
So this is actually a really interesting feature. And up until now, as you said, South Africans might use Google Maps to essentially time their commute when they're traveling in their own car to work out the distance that they'll need to travel by traffic and essentially what that delay might be.
Yeah.
So Google's actually now expanded some of the features that people have previously used. So one of the ways that they work out how, for example, how busy your commute is going to be is that they will obviously survey you to essentially get some information as to how long your commute took or how crowded a particular train carriage was or a bus was. However, they can build analytical models from that. But of course, there is another layer of data, so to speak. Yeah. So if you have an Android smartphone, for example, and you've enabled your location history, they can actually track how many Android smartphones are taking a particular journey, what their proximity, so their closeness together is, and then work out through an analytical model exactly how crowded or what the congestion on a particular route might be.
Oh, my word.
Oh, wow. My question is, how safe is your data? How secure is all of this? I mean, if they're able to track all of the Android users in a particular area, I mean, isn't that a bit of a security breach?
So I think definitely when people hear about particularly their location history being tracked, it definitely raises an eyebrow. However, the thing to consider is that from the get-go, when you install an Android phone, you're actually given pretty granular controls over what permissions you allow. So it's always up to you if you choose to share your location history or not with Google. However, if you do, you sort of get the benefit of increased predictions and more accurate predictions, that being said. However, of course, you can always turn that setting off, and that information that's shared with Google is always anonymized, so it's not necessarily particular to your person. It's taken your personal details off or removed from it, and they can build a sort of independent model as a result of that.
Why would Google be interested in introducing a feature like this? Or what purpose does it serve for them?
So Google's sort of mandate as a company has always been to index the world's knowledge. And with Google Maps, they're sort of moving away from a simple mapping service. They now have, for example, Street View and high-definition photography available in most regions of the world. And now they're moving towards Google Maps as a service, wherein you can actually track your commute and get a whole bunch of variety and interesting data from the get-go in the app, instead of just being able to track a particular destination.
Yeah. When will all of this be rolled out?
So that's an interesting question. They're actually rolling it out right now. So 200 cities, they haven't announced particularly which ones yet, although we expect that at least Cape Town and Gauteng will feature on the list. This feature is going to be rolled out over the coming months and towards the end of the year, and we expect that Google will continue to update new cities as more information becomes available.
Interesting.
Fascinating
times
stuff
that we're living in.
Check those permissions when you're activating your app. I'm just saying that's the only way of protecting yourself. But Bryan Smith, thank you very much. Happy birthday
Thank
to
you very
you.
much.
In the meantime, you can link up with us and let us know which stories have caught your interest in the world of technology, and check out our website, expressoshow.com, under the technology tab.